what you saw in the beginning was some crazy footage of the drags down in Huntington Beach. It was a huge event, absolutely huge. So many people showed up. So many of the classes were 20 participants each class. We just had so many people show up, so many new people. So, thanks everybody for showing up. If you came from this channel, we're watching and you said, hey, I want to do that, and you went down, thanks for coming. Hopefully you enjoyed your time and enjoyed the group. It's an amazing group down there. We're all very supportive. It was an amazing event. If you didn't get to make it and you want to see what went on, go to AKRC. He's got a full video. It's a 5.5-hour video of all the drags. You don't have to watch them all, but you can see me racing in there. I got some footage given to me by some friends that videoed some of mine, which you saw, and I took some video of them. And just all in all, it was an amazing event, and congratulations to all the winners. Yeah, came really close. My first 2 races, I did get blown right out. Well, not blown out, I shouldn't say that. It was very close. I missed by just a fraction of inches. Very, very close races against the top competitors. Some of the races I did were literally against the last time drags winners. So that in itself was quite an accomplishment, in my opinion, to be so close to the top competitors. And yeah, says a lot. It means the work I've been doing is paying off. And again, I'm not there to win. I'm very, very happy to have come so close to the top competitors, which means we're competitive, right? So little things here and there, things that I can do. On my third one, which was the 6S, so we started off doing the stock, then we did 3S mod, and then we went down to our 6S. And I got a by run, which meant I got to go down the track by myself. We had very interesting conditions with the sand. Things were firm. There was about 2/3 of the way down the track. Lots of people were having trouble. And it wasn't completely flat. It had little rolls and dips. I think about 2/3 down there was a little dip in it, and I'm pretty sure, I'm no meteorologist or geologist, but I think that because it was a low, that there was a little bit more moisture that hadn't gotten out of the sand, and that moisture, as it's evaporating, can come up and continue to wet that sand in that area, which can create problems, slight variances. And it was all the way across the board. Everybody was having a similar kind of thing, and if you watch the drags, you'll kind of see that. If you see footage of other people that have it, again, it's that same thing. You just see slight things. People that really should have been top competitors were having problems in that area. But that's neither here nor there. So I went down on my by run, and I was kind of squirrely, and so I went in to my radio link, and I had gone to throttle speed. So let me get into that real quick here. Yeah, throttle speed. On the radio link, it is THSPD. See if I can get this on camera. Okay, that's what I'm going into. Hit enter, and then I'm into this. So I went in, it says off, you click enter, and then you change it to on, and then I went to mode. There's speed 1 and speed 2. Speed 1 just lets you control the low. Speed 2 gives you the low, the high, and a TGP1, which basically, you'll see there, that is what you want to adjust, is that what currently is 30% TGP1. So what that does is it changes your throttle curve where you ramp up to. Okay, so I changed to that. That definitely helped with launches and other other things, which was really nice. But as I was messing with that setting to bring it down a little bit, so maybe I wasn't so squirrely, essentially changed that, went in, and I realized, I went to look where you pull and it shows you it moving, so it shows it slow and then speeding up, so it ramps up. But I also noticed as it was doing that I wasn't going my full 100%. So then I went into perfect. So then I went into my throttle curve and or throttle expo, and found that the top speed was set at 82. So what I'm going to do here is a little test. Is I just did a new model, went in, I'm going in, so I went mode, I'm hitting enter, I'm turning it on, went to, speed 1, we hit it again, we're into speed 2, just like that. Now I haven't done anything to this model or this car that's non-existent other than change it to speed 2. So the throttle should be at 100%. We hit enter, everything's good. Now I'm going to go up to my throttle expo and I'm going to hit that. I'm going into forward curve. Okay, hit enter, and yes. So I haven't done anything else. So just with that, what it's done, you can see here, is it's changed that speed from 100% to 82. So I'm going to exit out of here, exit out of there, go back to throttle speed, take that, hit enter. I'm going to take it off mode, exit, go back to throttle expo, and it's set there. So I don't know. It's still 82%. Now it may have changed it, so I'm going to exit. I'm going to go out of that. Take Model 5, enter, exit that. We're going to, interesting. So this is, something I did not know. So it's either my radio or it's all of these where they only give you 82%. So that's interesting to know why everyone has been that way. So it is not changing into throttle speed that changes it. Just be aware, if you've got a radio link, that your throttle curve is only set at 82%. So if you want 100%, you got to go in to the throttle curve and give it that 100%. If yours says 100%, then something wrong with my radio. Please comment and let me know that my radio is doing something different. Very interesting, to say the least, that was the case, because I did not realize that I was running less than my full potential. That's 18% less throttle. And considering that I was that close to winning a lot of the races, and the fact that I'm using 18% less tells me that now that I've changed all that, because I went back when I was done with the race and checked it all and reset everything to that 100%. Yeah, just a really, really strange thing. So would that 18% have pushed me over the line where I would have won the races? Don't know. We won't know till the next races to see if that's what's the case. But that's what I've changed. So if you have a radio link, check that yourself. Make sure that you're getting the full 100% out of your radio, out of your car, right? Because what I can see now is that's probably factory setting. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to take one of those models that we looked at, 4 or 5, that isn't programmed into any car, and go back to factory settings and see if that changes things. See if it makes it go back to 100% or not. I'm not sure, but I haven't messed with those Model 4 or 5 before, so it's very interesting that it's there. So something to think about if you've got a radio link and you're doing that. Check all that stuff. Don't be scared to get in and change and fiddle with the settings. That's what's going to get you the best out of your RC car. So just wanted to touch on that. Like I said, had a great time. I was very, very tired. RC Sand Sharks, the group that puts on the sand drags there in Huntington Beach, reached out to me and asked if I was interested in joining the club. I asked, of course, what that entails, if there were dues, stuff like that. So the dues were, no, your dues are coming in early and helping to set up the track, maintain the track. Of course, I marshal, and I've been marshaling just because, I wanted to, before I became a member of the club, I wanted to make sure that they had enough time because they were busy doing all sorts of different stuff. And so it gave them a break for the 4 races that I'm not racing in. I was out there marshaling. And so, yeah, just really, really great. So they asked me if I wanted to join. I said I'm interested. They voted on it, and they brought me and 3 other individuals in to the club, and we got out there and we busted butt and we set it up real fast. We all kind of learned as we went. I found areas that efficiency could be better. So I'm going to talk at the next meeting about how to implement those things, write them down, and really just try to make it so we're not doing twice the work, setting up and then having to go down and redo some things because it wasn't straight or whatever. So I've got some ideas there. Yeah, just things like that. So again, I'm very honored that they asked me and the other people. They are a great group of people. They work their butts off. I worked my butt off. And for this old guy out there, by the end of the day, it was I got up at 5 in the morning to get myself ready, pack the car, be there by 7 so I could set my booth or my pit area up, and then began working on the track. 10 o'clock was supposed to be the meeting. We went a little bit late there for the driver's meeting. Stuff happens. And we were implementing a lot of different stuff. So we're growing and doing new stuff. So the idea that we can get the track set up faster so that we can work on the new things that we're trying to implement to do is a great idea as far as I'm concerned. Save time, save effort. Obviously, having more people available to help set up the event, more hands makes easier work. So that was great. And of course, when the event's done and over with, I grabbed all my pit area, broke it all down, packed it up into my car, and then began tearing down the track and packing that up. And again, got a lot of ideas doing it for the first time of how we can make that faster, expedite the whole thing. I'm definitely going to bring my own clippers for the next time to snap the zip ties real quick. Um, might even do, I'm thinking of some sort of a, because we have people going through the fences and stuff like that, having some sort of a bag set up with zip ties and uh, extra poles, things like that, set in the central area so we can fix and repair. Lots of ideas, lots and lots of ideas. So I'm gonna again write them all down. In the next meeting, I want to talk about these things, and I'm sure, like anything, if you're the voice that picks up and say, "Hey, I think we can do this," you better be prepared to go. Not only can I see we can do this and this and this, but I'm prepared to spearhead that and take care of the idea of how we can implement this and make it happen. And then, of course, it also helps that there's people lining the tracks, and if they are aware of that kind of thing, of where stuff is, they can jump into and help repair the track, so that it's not always us running to go and take care of that, so that we can continue racing. But that's it for that. Like I said, had a great time. Super tired and exhausted. It was 5 o'clock by the time we were all done tearing the track and cleaning up and everything else. By the time I left, anyways. And yeah, it's just a long day, tiring, but so rewarding. Definitely looking forward to the next race. I forget exactly when it is. I should look that up. It's going to be within 3 to 4 weeks, because we're doing it every month now. So that's a lot of work and prep, and obviously go out and do some more testing with these. Try to figure out why this is so squirrely. Could have just been the conditions, Obviously the sand changes, and that changed a lot of things. We had I think only one or two of the returning champions won again, and the rest of them were all new people doing it, winning. So that's really nice. Like, I want to see that kind of stuff. You don't constantly want to see the same people winning again and again and again and again. Change things up, right? I have a friend who, everybody wants him to come back to racing, and because he was beating everybody back in the RC Visions days, and been a very, very big mentor to me, helping me out a lot, and I appreciate that, especially where other people would blame him, if he gave him help, blame him for the advice. It's like, hey, the guy's giving you advice. He's not trying to be a shyster and make you not win and stuff like that. He's trying to give you a place to start. And with this, that is the big thing. You can build the same car as me. Doesn't mean that you're going to have the same experience as me. Your pull is different. Your reaction is different. The way maybe that you set it up is different. You might have little different tires. Who knows? There's all sorts of conditions of what can happen, right? And in tuning, too, that's the thing, right? Like, slight differences in camber can make a difference on a certain day in a certain condition, right? And no matter what you do, you can try to tune it exactly the same way as me, but it's not going to be the exact same tune. It's just not. Unless you're using some sort of high-tech instrument to make sure that everything's the same, it's not going to be the same. Motors, ESCs, even if it's the same motor in ESC, you're going to have variances in them. It's just the nature of it, right? Obviously, an older motor might do better in the beginning and then sort of fade out as it's wearing out. It's just the nature of stuff, right? Every battery, even if it's the same exact battery, every battery is a little bit different. The cells break down differently because it's not the same cell. It's the nature of things, right? So that's where we get these variances, and that's why anybody can win on any given Sunday, as they say. And yeah, that's the beauty of this sport, right? Different conditions favor certain people, and that's just the way it is. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please think about subscribing. We're at 114 subscriptions now, and I want to thank everybody that has been here from the beginning. And again, thank all the new people that have joined in. Really appreciate it. I did meet an individual that watches the channel at the drags, so I know that, you know, it may have affected them coming down and seeing what it was all about and everything. They really said some nice things, you know, appreciated the channel and everything else, so that's always nice. You know, in the beginning, it was all just my hands on the table, not showing the face, because I'm not here for fame and fortune and, you know, hey, recognize me, see who I am. But I decided to show the face, just see if there was a difference, right? We're trying to boost the channel up a little bit. So obviously putting the face up has helped a bit, bringing people in. And of course, if you come to the drags to see what's going on and you see me, by all means come up and talk to me. You know, I talked to many different people that day, getting people interested in it, talk to them about the cars, what I do, showing them all that kind of stuff. A lot of appreciation and everything. I got a lot of compliments on these two bodies. You know, they're unique because they're one of a kind. And then, you know, I like painting them up and making them look fancy. So there was a lot of great compliments on those, including a lot of the new people that hadn't seen them the race before. Really just happy about that. You know, I'm probably gonna do a few bodies for some people that said that they were interested in having me, if nothing else, at least paint their bodies. And I'm happy to do that. You know, that's a lot of fun for me, a lot of work, but at the same point, you know, I'm an artist, so I want to put stuff out there. So again, like, subscribe, I'd appreciate that. Comment, anything you want to. I'm an open book. I like to, you know, tell people what I've done and possibly help people out, and do that kind of stuff. So, you know, how we do that is talking to each other, questioning, and exchanging information. So that's going to do it for this video. We're going to do a little bit more run footage after this, so enjoy that, and go make it. You can do it. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a wonderful day.
Mm-hmm.